What's going on, my friends? I'm Rolando, the board dad.
And I am the luscious and handsome Redford.
Luscious and handsome, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's been a while since we recorded anything.
Well, I've been recording on my own.
What?
Yeah.
When will we see these recordings of your own?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe sometime in the future.
I'm glad you brought that up. Because today we're going to be doing a preview of a game from...
The 25th century?
How did you know?
No, what?
That the game is from 25th century.
What game?
Never mind. You haven't lost your touch, by the way.
What touch?
So yes, today we're going to be doing a preview to Prehistories Evolutions, which is an expansion to...
Huh? Prehistories?
Prehistories, exactly. Base game, expansion.
Wait. So you're saying that we're previewing a game from the future about the past.
Exactly.
And we're previewing it in the present.
Correct.
Yeah, makes total sense.
All right, so let me just give a little quick overview of the base game, and then we'll get into the expansion.
Okay, so in other words, it's time for me to shut up.
Right. In Prehistories, you are drafting polyomino tiles from the hunting board and placing them on your player board, trying to complete different objectives to win the game. The twist, do you know the twist? I knew he's so predictable. The twist is you'll be forming hunting parties in order to be the first to the tiles. Complete objectives.
Right.
And earn totem tokens.
Right.
Earn enough totem tokens, and you win the game.
Oh, simple.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Prehistories, the base game. Now let's take a look at what comes in the Prehistories Evolutions expansion. So Redford?
Yeah?
Now is when you...
Shut up.
So let's take a look at what comes with the Prehistories Evolutions expansion. I have the board for the main game here because there will be some things that we will need the board to show you what's in here. So let's go ahead and open this up. Now, spoiler alert, I have already opened this, obviously, so that I can see what's in it and I can show you. But you have a little overview here of what's in the box and how you're going to play with each of these 4 different modules, I guess you could call them. So there are 4 envelopes in here, and they are sealed envelopes. Like I said, I've already opened these, and I've punched them as well. So let's take a look at each one, and then we'll go over how it changes the game. There's nothing really secret in here. The envelopes are pretty much here just to separate each of the 4 different additions to the game, and you can keep them separate. You can add just one, or you can add multiple ones to the game. So let's take a look at each one individually and what it does for the game, starting with envelope number 1. So in envelope number 1, we have the following. We have these more sets of tiles, and so I didn't punch those out yet, but I did punch this out, and we'll go over that in a second. So this module comes with a new card. It comes with a new card and 4 objectives, so a double-sided card, right? 2 objectives on 1 card. And it comes with a new character, and I'll explain how this works in a second. So there's 1 card for each player, right, for each color. And each set of components brings its own little instruction manual. Set number 1 is called A New Birth, and this character's name is, I think it's Ayla, that's how it's pronounced, A-Y-L-A. And if you notice, her character is different from any of the other characters. Ayla does not have a hunting value on the upper left, so she cannot be played by herself. the way this card integrates into the game, everybody puts her card into their deck, and then if you have this card in your hand, you must play it along with another card or another set of cards. You can never play her by herself. But if you are the only player that plays this card, then no matter what hunting value your opponents have, you will always be first to the hunting zone. Okay, so very simple. That's all it does. But if played at the right moment, it can give you an advantage. If anybody else plays the same card at the same time, then the effect is neutralized. And then you simply just go by the hunting values. All right, so that is that card. And then we have the objective cards, and we can take a look at these individually. This one here, let me put it to the camera, there we go. This one, you must paint 3 groups of at least 5 identical animals. Its reverse side is blank, right? So for this one, you have to paint a square block of 16 spaces anywhere in your cave. And then we have this other card, and this one is paint 4 identical animals at the 4 corners of a legendary tile placed anywhere in your cave. So you have the legendary tile in the middle, and then you have an animal on each corner. And the other side of this one is paint a square block of 9 spaces anywhere in your cave, and each line of the block must have 3 identical animals. The 3 lines must have different animals for each one. That's why you have, 3 letters, A, B, and C, to represent all that. So those are the objectives in set number 1. And the other thing that's included in this first set is this new hunting zone board. And this will cover the size 3 hunting zone on your board. Now this is double-sided, so you can choose which side to play. Sorry for the light there. I know the glare is kind of bad. So that's just going to go right there, okay? And I'll bring it out here so we could see it better. Now, the rules are the same. It's just the requirements to send a hunting party here that differs. For example, on this side, to send hunters to this zone, you'll have to play at least 2 hunter cards of identical hunting value. Now, they can be grouped with any number of other cards, but the ones that you send here, there must be at least 2 identical ones. And then on this side, this one is pretty powerful because it allows you to get 2 tiles with 1 group of hunters. So before the game, you decide which side you want to play, and you replace it on the board. So that is set number 1. Let's take a look at the second envelope and the second set of components here in this expansion. So here we have, again, a new overlay board, which we will go over. And we have, so I punched out the board here, and we have more tiles. This one is cool because look at that. It's 2 different sets of paintings in 1 tile. And this is also a size 4 L-shaped tile. And of course, we have more tiles here. Now let's take a look at the card that is added in this set. Okay, just like the first envelope, this one has a different character. His name is the Guardian. This is Uncle Joe, and there's some flavor text here to give you some background on what Uncle Joe does. Uncle Joe is very, very simple, but very powerful. Just like his title indicates, he is a guardian. So whatever hunting group you put him with, that group will not suffer a wound. As long as they reach the appropriate value on the hunting location, that group will not suffer a wound during the hunt. Now, it doesn't apply to your entire party. It applies to the party that you group him with when you go to collect a tile. And again, there is 1 card for each player. The overlay board in this second envelope goes over the size 4 hunting ground, just like that, and it will accommodate these new tiles with 2 different animals on them. So I'll just punch one of them out right here. It goes just like that. And as you can see on the tile, this requires a hunting party of value 12 or more, and you cannot avoid being wounded unless good old Uncle Joe is in the party that you send here. All right. And the other side of the board is this one, and this one accommodates the size 4 L-shaped I put one on here so it looks good. There we go. And here you can send a hunting party of 9 through 11 or 12 plus. Again, if you have Joe with you, you are protected from wounds. However, this little icon right here on this board means that you must lose the lowest value member of your hunting party. You got to trash that card. And Uncle Joe does not prevent that. So it's a nice little twist to come here to this hunting ground. So this is everything in envelope number 2. Let's move on to envelope number 3. Here is envelope number 3. So let's take a look inside what is in envelope number 3. And again, we have an overlay board there. We have new cards, and we have more totem tokens, and we'll see how this plays into this part of the expansion. Again, this is set number 3, a Shaman's Visions, and it includes a new hunter card, more objectives, and we'll see how this set of objectives plays into the game. There's a little twist to that, but this is the new character right here. Now the thing with this character, again, there's one for each player, is he loves to hunt solo. So when he is the only member of the hunting party, his value is 8. During the initiative phase, his value is 8. But if you include him in a group of hunters, you will lose 1 point off of this 8 for each other hunter. So if he is in a group of 4, for example, so including him, there's 4 hunters in that group, then his hunting value reduces down to 5, -1 for each other hunter. The overlay board in this set is also double-sided, but it's a little different than in the first two. This one side is for a 2 or 3 player game, and the other side is for 4 to 5 players. And this will go over here on top of the size 2 tile. And the instructions do say that if you have kept other new hunting boards on the board, to remove them when you play with this one. And this one, if you're playing on the 2 or 3 player side of the board, you can only play hunter cards with a hunting value between 1 and 3. So if you want to have a successful hunt here, you have to have a value of 6 plus. You're going to have a a larger group come here, because you can only play cards valued 1 through 3. The other side is for 4 to 5 players, and this has 2 sets of tiles. And to get the set on the left, you can only play cards valued 1 through 3. And to get the tile on the right, you can only play cards valued 4 through 6. So there's a nice little twist there to how to get these cards. All right, now the main difference in this set number 3 is the objective cards. So if you notice, these have these half coins on the left-hand side of the cards. So what you're going to do with these objective cards is you're going to grab the objective cards from envelope number 1. And you may have missed it when I showed it the first time, but these have half coins on the right side of the card. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick one from one set and one from number 3, and you're going to put them together just like that. Now the trick here is that these objectives are just like regular objectives, in that if a player completes either one, they will place the amount of totem tokens shown at the bottom on each of these cards, in this case 2 on each. But if a player is able to complete both of these objectives, then they will receive a bonus of 2 additional totem tokens to place on these cards. And that's why everybody at the beginning of the game gets 3 extra totem tokens aside from the 8 that they start with. So if you play with this module, you're going to start with 11 totem tokens. And in a 2-player game, there are 3 objective cards from the standard game and 1 pair of new objective cards. And in a 4 or 5-player game, there are 4 objective cards from the standard game and 1 pair of new objective cards. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. All of these rules are really nicely and clearly explained in each of the small rule sheet that is included in each envelope. And again, each of these objectives are clearly explained here as well. I won't go over all of them, but let's just go over these 2. This one you already know from set number 1. This one is, you must paint a rectangle so that 2 totemic animal pre-existing paintings are in opposing corners. So on the player board here, just to refresh your memory, each player board has an existing set of totems already on the board. So that's what this is referring to here. So you have to paint a rectangle so that 2 of these pre-existing paintings are in opposing corners. And you can use any animal for that. So that's that objective. The new objectives really switch things up and really spruce things up from the original game, which has some really neat objectives too. But it's really nice to have these new variations. And again, they are double-sided, so you are going to have a nice bunch of new objectives to aim for. The base game, as you probably know, doesn't score points. You win the game by completing objectives. So these are an integral part of the game. All right, so this is envelope number 3. We have 1 more left to go, so let's dive into envelope number 4. And here's envelope number 4. Let's check it out. Here we go. All right, so this one comes with a few more little boards. No new tiles in here. Nope, okay. Except for these here that I am going to show you. Move this over to the side. All right, so these are the new cards in set number 4 called Thirst for Knowledge. The character on this set is a specialist. And again, each player has its own card. It gets shuffled into each player's deck, just like the other cards. Now, this is a specialized hunter. So for the initiative part of the turn, she is a value 2. However, her hunting value is doubled when she is assigned to a hunting zone which has her preferred animal. And the preferred animal is shown here at the very, very top. So for example, if we were to play this specialist, if I was the green player and I were to play her, she has a value of 2, but her preferred animal is a fish. So if I come here to take this tile, this fish tile, then her value would be doubled. And if I had, for example, this one, if I was the red player, her specialty is this animal printed up here. I don't know if it's a buffalo or a warhog or what is it, but it's this one here. So if I were to come here to this hunting zone and this was the tile available here, my value would be doubled with this card. That's it. That's the specialist. The overlay board for this envelope number 4 will replace the size 1 hunting grounds here on the board, and it uses this special cycas flower tile, and you will put it right here. And now the way this works is it requires at least a value 3 to 4 hunting party, or a 5+ to get no wound. There we go, better with the light. But when you come here, the player that comes here takes the flower and just puts it in their section, and then they'll take a size 1 tile from the supply and they place it on their board. And when the round is over, you put the tile back here so it's available for the next round. The other side of this tile also uses the cycas flower, but it contains an additional spot for a size 1 tile as well. So you can come here with a 3+ value hunting party and not get wounded and just take the size 1 tile that's here, or you can come here with a size 3 or 4 and get wounded, or a 5+ and not get wounded, and take the cycas flower and then be able to take a size 1 from the supply instead. But again, this is only in a 4 to 5 player game. The other overlay board that is in this set is this one right here. And this replaces the legendary section here of the hunting ground. And you decide at the beginning of the game which side you're going to play on. This side requires exactly value 14 hunting party, no more, no less. And the other side is variable, right? But you do lose the highest valued card in your hunting party. And again, Uncle Joe cannot prevent this. Uncle Joe from the second envelope there. So you choose which side you want to play, and then you put the this legendary tile in there, and then you play as normal. All right, so that is envelope number 4 of the Evolutions expansion for Prehistory. This is everything that's included in the expansion with a little bit of explanation for you. So hopefully you get a better idea of what's included in this box and if it's something that you would like to get for Prehistories. So that's Prehistories Evolutions.
No more time travel. No more time travel.
What do you mean?
Well, we're not looking about a future game about the past and the present.
Right. So
This very moment.
yeah, exactly. Let's go to the important stuff, okay?
You know, the intro was in the past.
Yes.
The outro is technically the future, but now the future is the present.
Right. Yeah. Are you done?
No.
Okay. All right. So this game is on Kickstarter right now.
Wait, right now it's like the present?
Like the present.
Not the future?
Well, if you've seen this in the future, it may not be on Kickstarter anymore.
So it's in the past.
You would have had to go to the past.
Oh.
It makes total sense.
Oh,
right?
yes.
So I'm going to put the link to the Kickstarter in the description below.
Right now?
Right now.
Great Scott.
So go ahead and click on it and check it out. If you already own Prehistories, well, okay, so this is a preview.
What?
I'm not supposed to tell you what I think about it.
Oh man, this is heavy, Chief.
What, you keep using heavy. Is there some sort of weight problem in the future?
Yeah.
There is?
It has a weight distribution of 1.21 gigawatts.
All right, we're getting into a whole different arena here. What was that?
The flux capacitor! It's breaking!
I think that was your mic pack that fell on the floor.
Mic pack.
All right, so listen, this video is long enough, so let's just wrap it up, okay?
Okay.
All right. If you like this content,
Like, comment, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
right on. All right.
TikTok like time.
Yeah. And don't forget to, did you say subscribe?
Yes, and hit the little bell.
Okay, sorry. Maybe we should rewind this so you can
Touch
hear
the
it again.
beautiful red button.
All right. And that's all we got.
Yep.
That's it for now.
We'll see you
In the next
in
one.
the next one. That's the future.
Yeah.
Chief, isn't this game like a paradox? A game in the future about the past that you play in the present?
You know, I liked it better when you were just quiet.
Chief, the photos of us, they're disappearing! The thumbnails! My hand's disappearing. I gotta play Johnny Be Good at my parents' high school graduation. I forgot what it was. Was it a dance?
You know I'm cutting
Mine!
you know I'm cutting all this out, right?
In the future. But this is all in the past. Ah!